Hey, what's going on? It's your average tanker Today I'm thinking we're just going to play the T-44. I don't really remember if I did a video on this, I probably did, but basically we are just going to be playing for the mark of excellence, and that's it. So yeah, that is the sole reason we're playing. We've already lost this game, by the way, in case you're wondering, because we just put 6 tanks on full HP on the hill. We put 0, so the game's over. So what can I do to maximize my score and my results? So for starters, not having a teammate like this ensuring action 10 would be great. I don't know, that guy wasn't really paying any attention whatsoever. I got spotted, there's someone in that bush over there. Or I got spotted on my way down from the hill. Majority of their team has been spotted apart from a 263. There you go. The XVM archive, if you have it installed, it will do all of this for you. So yeah, in my opinion, it's a good thing to have. Basically, I'm just looking for this angle right here to farm these guys as they come off the hill. Remember, I'm going for mark of excellence at the moment, so I'm looking to maximize my performance. You can call it selfish, but if I maximize my performance, chances are I'm doing more for the team, yeah? So let's try and go for that. I can pen this guy's lower plate. Taking him out of the game would be a great option. Good. Tier 10 medium tank dealt with, and I'm giving my team the opportunity here. Well, that's annoying. My reflex there, as you saw, was to immediately load the gold. I have support from a guard. I'm not really relying on that support because it's a guard, and there's... Can't tell if that guy's shooting me. Yeah, he is. Alright, but we tracked him out in the open, so we're just going to continue to farm this. He's going to give it to us. Okay, shot went high, so we're not going to get the permatrack on him. Let's try and respawn to 263. There you go, and now we're going to run. Because my position is compromised. All the guys in the hill can shoot at me, so I'm basically just going to run over here. That's my thought process. And I'm going to fall back. Play maybe around this area, maybe this area, but basically somewhere in the back where I am less likely to get spotted. Because as I said earlier, I'm just trying to maximize my performance, which you should be doing in every game. Now obviously there is a time where you may have to make a decision that will win the game for the team. First, for example, if your team is down, like really down, but you have the enemy base and you can 3-cap it, but you could also go hunting for the RD to improve your score. Well, obviously you're going to want to cap, and that's something that won't maximize your performance. All it'll do is help the team win. Now if it comes down to it, I am going to do that. I will sit on the cap, because I would much rather just make up the performance later on. Looking at this battle, looks like the back of the map is going to be my friend. Perhaps if I can farm anyone else that makes these plays. That T-44 100 wants to poke, I would appreciate it. Okay, let's just take a peek. How are things looking? That T-44 100 is probably still sitting in that bush, so while we're waiting, we can go ahead and do a blind shot. Let's take a look and see. This is why I use the zoom out mod. Okay, that one missed. As you can see, the T-44 just got respotted there. And now let's take a peek for this guy. Tracking shot. It doesn't go into the track, but it does go in. That's nice. That guy has rather bad view range. He didn't manage to spot me. That's great. So we get a free 200 damage at no cost. Okay, we have shots on this T-54. We'll let them take them. That was a nice high roll for 280, and I didn't get spotted. Perfect. Those are the kinds of opportunities we're looking for here, really. Given the current situation for my team, perhaps I could relocate to here, but then I'd be fighting the T-54 frontally and aiming up. And overall, that's just a bad combo for this tank, because the pen is not the greatest. So yeah. So at the moment, we're currently sitting on top of 1800 combined damage. The mark is going up a little bit. But obviously, looking at the enemy team list, there's a lot more opportunity for damage in this game. This 263 is not being aggressive, not too sure why, but he's holding back. Okay, T-54 is up there in the bushes. Now, I was moving that whole time, and he didn't spot me, so he won't see me until I shoot him. So, let's just sit back here. Do I have a shot on this guy? No. Oh, maybe I do. Do I have a pixel shot? No, not really one worth taking. I'll just go ahead and put a blind shot up. That one went in. Yeah, I did not get spotted. Okay, that one missed. So he relocated. So chances are I either penned that guy or tracked him or bounced. And he just blind fired my position. I don't want to back up too far because then I will get spotted from that location. I'm actually going to go into these bushes again and see if I can shoot this 263. Nope. Okay. Enemies will get aggressive eventually. They will come down this hill. And that is when I will just be going to work trying to get them. Alright, T-57 heavy. We might need gold to pen this guy. I am going to load gold even though that one went in just because it's a T-57 heavy, and if I want to reliably penetrate him, I'm going to need gold ammo. He's shooting on the move towards me and just making an advance. We're going to continue to pump out shells to this guy while trying to remain as kind of out of the way as possible from the enemies. And this is actually where I'm going to relocate. I'm going to move because I don't want to fight this T-57. Okay, let's get that EBR. I did auto-aim that guy. You may have mixed feelings about me auto-aiming an EBR, but in that situation it worked out, so no complaints. Okay, 263. And I spotted he might be about to blind fire it. He did. Okay. I'm gonna reload gold because the T-57's gonna push once because he's got plenty of health. Hopefully this guard has some side shots on this T-57. I would appreciate if he could pump in 390. That would be super helpful because then that would put him down to somewhere around 700 to 800 health. And that means for me and the T-28, we can maybe handle him. Possibly. It would take a little bit of luck, but it would be doable. Remember, that guy's a 4-shot autoloader with 400 alpha. So we can do, by my math, 1600 clip damage. So we're just going to look to avoid that. I need this guard to fall back.
Start withdrawal.
Sit and cover. Okay. Fortunately, 257 managed to find a shot on him. So now I'm basically just going to be looking for this 263's lower plate. I took that shot and missed it. I got spotted too, so I'm just going to need to tuck in like this. Try not to get shot at from anyone. Wait till we go unspotted. And then just see what we got. Alright, we are unlit. I'm expecting a blind shot shortly. Maybe he has 6th sense and that's what he's going to do. So you can see that. Okay, yeah, so thankfully for me, he low rolled. Like, heavily low rolled. Okay, now for this guy, I am just going to try to put shots into his lower plate. Okay, that one went into his upper plate because it didn't need to get his lower plate. Okay, he aimed quickly. I was not prepared for that. He was actually stock, so no, that wasn't a low roll. That was a high roll that he hit me with. That thing has 440 alpha with its stock gun, and he rolled for 464. Wasn't going to change much. I was a 2-shot anyway. You did it. So yeah. So with that game, you can see we got a tier 10 game, worst possible matchmaking, and we got 3,200 combined damage. Really happy with that result. Obviously, if we had won, I could have done more, but just given the matchmaking and looking at the enemy team list, I don't like to use XVM to stat shame people, so I'm just going to observe their stats. I have no intent to harm them, but just looking at their WN8, you can see their WN8 and their win rates are all a lot higher than our team. Now obviously you could have a situation like with me where my WN8 on this account is 1200. My recent WN8 for the past 1000 battles is I think 2000. So obviously I would be very high up on their team list. I would be one of their top 3 to 4 players on their team. But on my team we needed more of those kinds of players, which we didn't have. So that's unfortunate. But you know, we can just take a look at the post-game stats here, see what we did. See if any of those blind shots did damage. So we penned 11 shots for 2,500 damage. Let's take a look at this T-44. So no blind shot hit because I remember penning a visible shot on him. So yeah, no blind shots. We lost 12,000 credits because I'm not running a premium account, and I fired a few gold rounds. So yeah. XP wise, 540 base XP on a loss in a tier 10 game takes top on our team. We were second on our team on damage, second to the tier 10 Artie. You know, you have tier 10 medium tanks that pull off 2,000 damage in the best possible matchmaking. What can you really expect? Looking at their T-57 heavy, he carried them hard. I say carried them. The majority of their team did decently. Obviously, their T-44, he's a tier 8 tank. Can you blame him for making, you know, one mistake and losing all of his HP? Probably not. Same with this guy. There already was useless. 263 was just way too passive. But they pulled it together and they won. So that's that. All right. With that said, Mark is up to 76.2%. We are going to hop into another one. Ideally, I'll 3-mark this tank. I think it would be the first tank I've ever 3-marked. but I just feel confident in it. I feel like I know how to play this tank. So yeah, I just have to hope that I never get maps like Overlord and something like that, bad maps. So, alright, we got another game with the worst possible matchmaking. And looking at this, the teams seem relatively balanced actually. This is good. This should be a fair fight. Now looking at the tanks, I see 3 already. So that means we are not going to be playing in the open. So that leaves me a few options. I can play around this area right here or here. Maybe park up on this corner, see if anyone over here, or in the mid gets spotted. I can try to support the heavies, that which there are only 3, a T-125, an E-75, and a 53 TP, so I can play with the heavies because there aren't that many of them. And I think that's what I'd like to do ideally. So we're just going to be looking for, if a heavy shoots, poke, do some damage, fall back. Basically that's it. I can reload faster than every single heavy tank on their team, so if they shoot, I can get 2 shots into them, which is, with this tank, 500 damage, so that's good. So first things first, not many people expect a medium tank to be sitting here, but I will make this play occasionally because who's going to come around this corner pre-aimed and stopped to shoot me? Most people are just driving into position and they're rather careless about it. So, if anyone does come around this corner, usually they will head around back of this embankment right here, which is what our team is doing, which is the smart way to play it. But basically we can just sit here and wait. And if something does get spotted around this corner, I can put a tracking shot if I won't pen it, or I can just shoot and try to pen. Like that guy. That's it. So that's their 53 TP. I may need gold in order to handle him. But this thing is, and it's a slow medium tank in the sense that you certainly don't play like a Skoda T50 or a TDP type of tank. You play, I don't want to be here, you play more like a trollish armor kind of medium tank, but with the capability to pull off ricochets. And you'll see that every battle. I'll always catch a couple of bounces. The turret on this thing is actually rather strong for equal and lower tier opponents. For higher tier opponents, yeah, good luck with that. Alright. Do I even want to be aggressive right now? I think I'd rather just be passive. I'm just trying to think, where can I be useful? I see a T-95 pushing up the middle. I could back him depending on what he sees. Our team is being really aggressive on the 0 line and 9 line. So I'm just wondering, was that an already shot? Am I permanent right now? I don't know what. I'm gonna make this cross. Okay, E5 didn't get spotted when I did that, so I'm okay side scraping like this. And already just removed the majority of that guy's hit points. And I'm gonna remove them all. So that's that. He's dead. Next thing I would like to do is get rid of this door, so that I have full vision. This T-95 is giving them lots of problems, so I'm thinking I'm going to push up around this corner. Ideally, their FV is sitting somewhere over here. I don't know about a play in the A1 area. I don't really seem it would be that likely. I also would have just gotten lit if he was up in A1, so he's not in A1. Okay, T-125, let's put in a tracking shot. Okay, we missed that. I don't know how. I'm going to miss out on the damage from this guy over here. Okay, tracking shot. Okay, we don't miss out on that damage. It's 1100 resistance damage. That's always good. And we're going to put another shot through this track. It doesn't take it off, but he will die here. Okay, the C-75 is looking directly at me, so I'm going to park up on this corner, wait for my team. They're pushing around that side. He's going to have to pick between a tier A medium tank or 3 like tier 9 and 10 tanks. Come around, put the tracking shot into him. See, that's the assistance damage rolling in. This is how you want to play these kinds of games. Okay, another tracking shot. Doesn't actually take off his track, so we're just going to try one more time. Okay, now the next shots that do get taken in from him should be tracking shots from me.
That one didn't go through.
Okay, now if no one else is really going to damage this guy, okay, there we go. So as you can see, we're now up to 2400 assistance damage. So 3000 combined on the game already, that's great. But there's still more hit points to be dealt with. Their FV still hasn't been spotted, but I doubt, this Panzer would have just taken 1700 damage and possibly been one-shotted in the event that that guy was actually back there. Get that kill, good stuff. Now we can move in. There's a full health 907, which I don't really want to deal with by myself. I do have a mission. If I do see the T-92, I just need to shoot him, that's it. And I will prioritize that over a 907. in order to get my missions done. So there's the FE. He did end up getting spotted. Their RD is probably sitting where that GW got killed. Just in a bush somewhere. Okay, the 907 is really being hyper aggressive, but I don't need to deal with them because I have a team back there. So I'm going to allow my team to deal with that, and I'm going to make pressure to try and find this artillery. I have a Panzer 7 to support me. My team should be able to hold up this 0 line. I don't really feel the need to cap, so that's what we're going to think. This FE will one-shot me, though, so I have to be very careful in dealing with him. I wonder if this FE will come back or if he will continue down the 0 line. That's what I'm kind of thinking about right now. But for now, we have shots on the T-44. See, this T-44 is using the incorrect gun. Let's just put a shot in. That for sure went in, so that should be an extra 250 damage or so. Let's just shoot again, because we have the DPM, the rate of fire, and the shell count. So now I'm just going to poke to see if I can spot this FE. He's not there, okay. Just going to look back here now. Yep, so as you can see, a shell definitely went into that T-44, and we get the kill. Wasn't sure if the shell would go through that, but it did. Okay, I'm going to want HE for anything now, whether it be the CS-52, FE, or M53, just because those two tanks, or all those three tanks, I'll be fighting from the rear, or in areas which I can pen with HE. HE on this tank is quite nice. It has 330 alpha. I'm getting ahead of myself thinking about the T-54. It is not a T-54. Let's just see if maybe the FE will be relocating if he was watching this island. Okay, maybe the RD is back here somewhere too. Okay, there's the FE. Okay, where's the FE? Where's their RD?
Enemy armor is damaged.
Their RD must be down the 90 line somewhere. Not too sure.
Critical hit.
I need to run before this guy comes around the corner and kills me. Stun is going to help me to escape from this guy. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to escape. I'm probably going to be dead here. I just want one last penning shot. That's it, I'm dead. Okay, he managed to not pen that. I still have a mission I'd like to do, so he needs to try and think about how we want to do that. He's not going to ram kill me to death. The mission is off now, he's dead. So let's just kill this guy, because we can. That's it. So geez. So looking at that battle, I probably should have died to the FE. I don't know how he didn't kill me, but yeah. Okay, give me one quick second. Okay, apologies for that. Just have to close the door. Alright. So looking at that battle, I don't think we fired any gold shells based off the fact that we only had to resupply 4k credits and 9,000 to repair. So we actually made a lot of credits on that game, and we did some mission which gave us 7,000 XP, which is nice. That was a great game. Experience-wise, finished top on the team. Second game in a row we've done that. It's great. So yeah, we had 5,000 combined. We had 2.5 thousand damage, 2.4 thousand assistance damage. And yeah, we beat our teammates out by 300 base XP, a little bit more than that. So yeah, that's great. It's always nice to finish top on XP in a +2 matchmaking game when you have tanks like an FV that can do 1,700 damage per shot. Yeah. Really happy with that. Okay, mark is now up to 78% on this tank. That's great. 2 great games back to back. We're just going to play another. I'll try to keep these videos relatively short. You know, I say relatively, maybe to 20 to 30 minutes, because we'll play like 3 to 4 battles and just see how we go. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, finally tier 8 game. I'm liking it. Let's see which spawn we get before we try to make a plan. Okay, we get this spawn. I don't like this spawn as much, but we're going to play with it. So, looking at the enemy lineup, 0 RD is great, and they only have a couple of medium tanks similarly to us. I think we have an extra medium though, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we do. Okay, cool. Okay, so we are going to be playing just where I pinged in the J9 area. Ideally, I will get to the K0 area There's a hold down I can use there to just sit and use my DPM. I think this tank has 25 DPM or so with the current setup I'm running. I do run optics because I don't have um, the commander's skills yet for all of the vision, I don't think, so, yeah. Okay, where are medium tanks going? Okay, I don't like to see that. Don't know why that guy's going over there. Our Rev is a bot program, by the looks of it. So, the good news is the Scorpion G is someone I know I can rely on, because look at where they managed to take their Scorpion G, that's good. Yeah, they brought their Scorpion G to a good position, but I already got spotted because there is a light tank up here because our ELC didn't go to a useful position. So not much what I can do about that. I'm going to take 300, but I'm going to spot their light tank, and I don't have any support, which is just bad. I just want their light tank that is up here to get killed. So. Okay, I don't know how that shell missed, but it did. It is what it is. We're going to take 300 here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I am going to blame that on my team, because look at where they played.
We're done for.
Like,
Everyone get out.
I cannot believe that. But that's why I'm an average player, because I didn't fall back when I realized I had no support. I just continued pushing like a ding-dong. So on that note, I'm not going to call the video. Instead, you're going to get a bonus battle. We're going to go play a different tank, which I have not decided yet. The one thing I've noticed about playing Russian mediums, though, is that I need to fire gold, so I do need to play premium tanks every now and then, but my god, I'm trying. I know the current on track is the Panzer 7, right? This tank. It's a bad tank. I don't want to get it. The tier 9 is good. The tier 8 is bad. So it's not worth going down this line for me. What is worth it, though, just because there are missions where I need to bounce damage, is just getting the VK 1001P. So I will get this VK eventually. But it's such a painful tank to play this. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, let's see what do we have in the garage. What can we play? I have a light tank mission I'd like to do, so why don't we play a game in the EBR? Okay, so quick summary, the EBR 105, fastest tank in the game, terrible DPM, poor view range, but yeah, that's basically how it works. At tier 10, it's actually quite usable, because the view range is good enough to where if you can boost it up with commander skills and whatnot and having a good crew. I have a 4-skill crew on this tank, so it's good. Not the best, but good. So yeah. Now obviously you can make it even better if you use improved equipment and run directives and run food. I run none of that, so I'm already at a disadvantage there. But I just don't have that kind of resources. I don't have the ability to run improved equipment because I don't have the bonds to. I have decided that I'm going to stop running directives on most of my tanks. I think all of them, actually, apart from clan things. I'll run them in clans just because it's, you know, just to boost whatever I can to help win. So yeah. Long queue time. Must be a lot of people playing the EBR. There's 11,000 people playing right now, so I would assume this queue times would be relatively short. There's 313 players in queue. I can only imagine there are enough people to form a tier 10 match here. Ideally, it'll be one light tank per team, including myself. We got a game. With no arty. I would like that. Let's take a look here. Okay, so I didn't get anything. I got 4 light tanks per team, 2 arty, and yeah, that's that. Okay, so let's see what spawn we have. Okay, so now that we have this spawn, I have a play that I usually like to make in these tanks. I'd like to take this bush right here. So we are going to go to that bush. This thing has enough view range to spot out to like here-ish, so you can see the majority of the tanks that cross, unless they're aware that you could make that play. Now, if we do get countered, we just have to run. We have 4 light tanks. I don't know if any of them want to take this bush. I'm the fastest one. I will be there first. So I will kind of be the one who gets to take the bush, so to speak. But it looks like this T-100 also wants to take it. I'm not too sure. This is the benefit of being the fastest light tank, is that I will beat him to the bush. So yeah. Okay, he kind of blocked me there. I am just going to kind of go up into this bush right here, and then immediately reverse out.
Penetration.
Do a quick 400 damage, no biggie. I have a mission which I am looking to spot 6 enemy vehicles. I've spotted 4 at the moment. I don't know why our T-100 is playing that aggressively. I'm not going to support him up there. That's just dumb of me. I would like to spot their heavies making a cross, because that would be the 2 tanks that I need left to spot.
Ready to fire. Let's find another target. Target
Okay,
acquired.
and then we're just going to disappear back with our team. Okay, we got one more spot. There are still a few tanks on the enemy team, which we could spot and be the first tanks to spot. There we go, we did it. Okay, so now the next part of the mission is to survive. So really that just means run away. I'm going to cede the middle of the map to the enemy, because I don't need to be there in order to be effective. Okay, there's a T-100 sitting in, I don't know why this K-91 is doing this. I'm going to shoot him to let him know that he should not be dumb next time. Because look at that, he already nearly just took me out because this K-91 wanted to play like that. I guarantee you this K-91 is going to go and get himself killed by all those mediums. Okay, how can I be useful? We don't have any control over the map at the moment because I was forced to cede the mid. Can I kill the CBR? No, I can't. I'm very surprised the team couldn't either. Let's see, there is a Sheridan over here that is playing passively. Just trying to search for anything. Okay, I got spotted, and then this bad shot pulled back. Good play by him to spot me, good awareness while I'm here. There's a T-100 somewhere in he's still sitting here or he's made his play here. I don't know, but he's got very good long range accuracy, especially with that tank, which has no shell velocity. I'm thinking we should be effective down with these heavies. This gun packs a decent alpha. I can get in here, and I shouldn't say trade. You definitely never want to trade in an EBR. But I can be smart about poking for the damage that's necessary. Keep in mind for this mission I need to survive, so I'm going to play this passively. They have a really good position up there with that I-7. Okay, we're about to lose, or we have lost, I should say, the north, so that is where I'm going to head next. Just remember, the mission is to survive, but if I'm not trying to be useful at the same time, then I'm not being beneficial to my team, and I'm just going to lose. And if I lose, I'm also going to die. So there's really, I just need to be, I need to err on the side of caution while still making the required plays. Okay, I wonder if that Object 140 spotted me. I hope not. He didn't. This already just got spotted for sure. Please pass. Okay, it missed entirely. I'm gonna load heat. I am spotted for sure. Yep. So we're just gonna run off this way, and then try and immediately like, the UE, do a little dodging. There's that T-100 LT. I need to get on him because he's. Okay, well he made a very poor play there. That's his dumb decisions. Okay. I thought initially maybe he was a decent player because he was, using his bushes and whatnot in order to ensure that he was in a good spot to handle me. Disgusting low roll there. Okay, the Sheridan, I don't know if he's using the derp gun. I don't really want to find out the hard way. One way or another, I don't have the DPM to handle him. I feel like I am trapped here and I need to escape. The way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to get up to full speed and book it this way. And come help these guys handle this heavy tank. We are losing this game, but it's not a guaranteed loss at the moment. Especially since they're opting not to cap out. I can't believe our 216 is nearly going to run himself away in order to kill that guy. But considering we're about to get flanked in, I'm going to try and make a spotting run. This is why having your light tanks alive in the battle is so crucial. It's because I can now make this spotting play that no one else on the team could. so our team's doing absolutely nothing about this, and we've just lost 2 of our tanks to the reloaded Argy. So what if I can kind of make a play to come kill their Argy?
Target acquired. Critical hit.
He has fired all 3 of his shells. He even has 3 on. Okay, the gorilla.
Dead for.
I knew he
Everyone
was
get out.
aiming for me. I just figured I could beat away from him. Alright, that's that. That is going to do it for this recording, guys. That was just a bunch of bad games after bad games. Or sorry, I shouldn't say that. I had some great games. Alright, let's see. We've had a good session. We had a poor last 2 battles. That's what makes me an average player. So yeah, those 2 were losses. The mark on the excellence, we managed to get up to 77.55. We dropped it off that last game, but that is what it is. Thank you all for watching. Catch you guys later. Thanks. Peace.